And she's like, they would never do that. They would never burn innocent women at the stake. Well, they did. Welcome to another episode of Fear Street Friday. So in this episode of Fear Street Friday, we will be covering the first book in the Fear Street saga, The Betrayal. We're in for a ride.
I'm ready.
So if you're not familiar with Fear Street Friday, basically I read R.L. Stine's Fear Street books. He doesn't read it. I tell him the entire plot through my own eyes and perspective. And then he just like reacts to it. He has no idea what he's in for, but you're in for a treat because this... I think this might be my favorite Fear Street book I've ever read, just because it's so iconic, and it is the beginning of the Fear Curse, Fear Street, The Betrayal. What do you think about when you see the cover?
Oh my god, I get so much from this cover. The first thing that catches my eye is this little amulet that she's wearing around her neck. Why do I feel it's like a time travel amulet or something? Who knows? We also have like this caped woman in the background. I can only assume that that's the witch. Hopefully Sarah Fier, because I've been waiting to know more about this bitch, Sarah Fier. Clearly we have fire. You know, whenever you associate witches with fire and burning, they're getting burned at the stake. That gives me 1692 Salem witch trial vibes. So there's just like a lot going on. Also this very passionate woman that's like giving me eyes. Like there's just like truly so much going on here. I'm ready.
Let's see what it's about. The secret is out. Why do so many horrifying things happen on Fear Street? Nora knows.
Nora knows.
Nora knows.
Oh no.
She knows how the terror began. She knows about the young girl who burned at the stake. And the bloody feud between two families that caused the unspeakable horror that has lasted 300 years, bitch.
Period.
She knows, and she wants to tell. Are you sure you want to hear about it?
Oh, I'm sure I want to hear about it.
Okay.
But not a young girl. Oh my god. Maybe a middle-aged woman.
I was looking for a logline. It doesn't really have one, but it does say The Fear Street Saga, where the terror began.
That's all I need to hear. Literally, that's enough of a logline for me.
Okay, so we are in the Shadyside Village. It's 1900, and Nora Good is watching the Fear Mansion burn to the ground.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so basically she's covering her ears. She doesn't want to hear the Fears screaming their guts out as they burn to death inside, and she's calling for Daniel. She's like, Daniel, where are you? Please come out of the fire. But it's been an hour, and Daniel has not emerged from the fire, so she's kind of just like...
Daniel is dead.
Daniel is her lover. Daniel is now a tater tot. Crispy.
Oh no. Why would you say that?
Crunchy.
Why would you literally say
ashen and charred. So she's clutching her amulet that Daniel gave to her, and she's just hoping that he emerges out of this fire, but he ain't showing up, okay? He is not coming out, so she's just accepting his fate. People have gathered to watch the house burn down. They are like, bitch, burn this house to the fucking ground.
It's a whole event.
She runs up to the house. She wants to look inside to see if she can see Daniel.
Runs up to the house.
Yeah,
to the burning house.
What she sees are these people inside, and they are burning. Literally just dancing around in the flames. Like their bodies are turning to ash.
What?
Their eyes are black. They're dancing in agony.
Dancing in agony.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Imagine the Grimm's Brothers fairy tale of Snow White when the witch has to dance around in the ironclad shoes. Yeah, that's what's happening.
Oh my god. I'm picturing them like all like doing the Macarena while they're burning.
I mean, basically.
You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's hot.
Very hot. She sees a girl burning at the stake inside the house. And then the windows explode and she's thrown back.
That's her fault.
And then we're transported to a different time. Here we go, part 1.
Oh my god, so that was the prologue.
Yes, part 1. So we are in the Wickham Village. It is 1692. We're in Massachusetts, which you know what that means.
Oh my god.
We're introduced to Susanna Good. She is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed bitch.
Classic.
We been new.
Classic RL Fear
R.L.
Street.
Stein loves the blonde hair, blue eye trope, which isn't a trope, it's just white people. Are we shocked? No, we're not.
Absolutely
but
not.
Susanna is iconic, okay? She is a adventurous soul.
Love that.
So as a Puritan, her mother has taught her to be pious and righteous and worthy of
course.
the Maker's love and approval. Susanna lives with her mother, Martha Good, her father, William Good, and her baby brother, George Good.
Love them. Love the goods.
Susanna goes on a walk. She's going to meet somebody. Someone special. Susanna's mom does not want her walking alone because they're burning witches. They've already burned 3 people in Wickham Village. And the people doing the burning are the Fears. Benjamin Fear, he is the magistrate, so he's basically like a judge. Picture Judge Judy. Witch. Benjamin Fear runs the courts with his brother, Matthew Fear. And they're burning witches. Burning them at the stake because they believe that burning is the correct way to get rid of a witch. If you hang a witch, she's more likely to come back. So she takes a trip, even though she knows that she could likely be swept up and burned at the stake, even though she knows that's where the evil one dwells, and his followers, they dwell there also, and they all dance in the pale moonlight with the evil one.
My God.
Well, she's thinking about Edward Fear this whole time, because she's in love with Edward Fear. That's her man crush Monday, Edward Fear.
He sounds dreamy.
He's got like longer hair, he wears Puritan clothing.
Sexy. I can picture him.
Well, she's thinking about him when someone grabs her, and she's like,
It's the evil one. He's got me.
but it's not the evil one, bitch. It's your man, Edward.
Oh my God.
They're in the woods, making out, holding each other, getting it on, you know.
As Puritans did in the woods.
Do in the woods, yeah.
Yeah.
Edward lets go of her. He's laughing. He's like, you really think that I'm the evil one?
No, I don't think you're evil. I think you're dead.
I do. Oh no. I mean, you could be both.
Edward is like really attractive. He's the best dressed in the town, and people consider his sin to be pride. They would never tell him this though, because like they would get murdered.
Two would get burned at the stake.
Yeah.
Damn, so he's hot and he knows this. So
Yeah.
what?
Susanna's actually really scared because her friend Faith was burned at the stake for wearing a red ribbon in her hair.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
the scandal. Can you imagine wearing a red ribbon in your hair?
Who does this disgusting ribbon belong to?
Scarlet Letter, Scarlet Witch.
Burn the bitch.
They embrace and they're, you know, kissing and everything. And he's like, stop mentioning the evil one.
She's
it's
obsessed.
Not good. You don't want to be joking about him. It's blasphemy. I won't hear it.
Okay, I'll stop talking about him.
That's what the obsession says.
So basically, she's like,
We've got to stop meeting in the woods because these meetings are against the town's rules and I could easily get, like, killed.
he's a Fear. Wouldn't he be able to stop it?
That was my first thought. Like,
Yeah.
can't he be like, wait, why can't they be together? Is it like an age thing? Is it a class thing?
It's a class thing.
I need to know.
They're minors. They're not allowed to be out without a
Oh,
chaperone.
they're both minors.
Yes.
Oh.
They're children. Susanna is really sad because they're taking her other friend, Abigail Hopping, and they're about to burn her at the stake too.
Oh my God.
So she's like,
I better go home because I'm supposed to be getting firewood and I came to meet you instead.
She's bold for even going in the first place. If all of her friends are getting burned.
truly, she
Is the man worth it?
Is he ever?
Is he truly worth it? No.
Susanna is like,
Edward, are you going to tell your father about us? That we're in love, that you plan to marry me one day.
Oh no.
and he's like, it's not the right time.
It's never
is
the
not
right time.
Well, she gets home, and William Good, her father, is at the dinner table, and they're eating carrots. And he's claiming that these carrots are puny, they're small. He's upset, and he's complaining that the Fear brothers, their carrots are long. And
Is this a metaphor?
and hearty.
Oh no.
So Susanna asks, like,
Why don't you just go ask the Fears their secret?
you know, she's trying to get her father to make a connection with the Fears because
Makes
she
sense.
plans on marrying them
Yeah.
one day. So he's like, they don't have a farming technique that I don't know, and they don't have any secrets that I don't know either. And then Martha Good, she's like, actually, I think the Fears have a lot of secrets that we don't know about.
Oh no. Martha's messy already.
Martha's
Oh my
sipping
God.
tea in the corner.
I stand Martha.
So after dinner,
I'm not ready.
William Good is like, I need to speak with you. And she's like, what is it, Father?
He knows.
He loads up his pipe, he's smoking, he's like, is there something you need to tell me?
What would I need to tell you?
You were seen walking about without a chaperone. So, what is that about? Do you deny it?
I don't deny
And
it.
he's like, okay, well, you were also seen with Edward Fear, so what's going on?
She's dumb.
Edward and I are in love and he plans to marry me one day.
Really, he says, because Edward Fear is engaged.
Not engaged. Oh my
He's
God.
already getting married. He's betrothed, sweetie. You're a
How
little
does she
late.
not know?
His father told me this morning.
Dang. Edward is a loser,
So she's-
cheater.
Obviously upset.
Men ain't shit. But
So
we already
she,
knew that.
She runs over to her straw mattress.
Not a strong
She's
mattress.
crying into it, getting it all moldy and damp.
Love it.
And she's like,
I thought he truly loved me. I thought that we were gonna be together forever.
Girl.
I don't trust anyone ever again. I'm never gonna trust a single motherfucker ever.
Meanwhile, in the Fear Mansion, Benjamin, whose appearance is tall, dark, and deadly, is warming his cold little heart by the fireplace. And Edward is like, yo, I'm not marrying Anne Ward. You cannot set me up like that. And he's like, I don't love her. And then Benjamin's like, love? Sweetie, we're not doing this for love. Me and my brother, Matthew, we used to have to eat rats. And we are not going back to that poverty, sweetie. You know what? I've already set up the marriage. You and Anne will be wed. Anne Ward's father, he runs this tea import, and he taxes the shit out of it.
Your life has been decided. You don't have a say.
The rich get richer. The poor get poorer. We burn all the
Classic.
witches. Everyone lives happily
Sounds like
ever
the
after.
life, honestly.
He's like, I don't love Anne, I love somebody else. Well, who the hell do you love, bitch? I love Susanna Good, and I will be marrying her. And basically, he tells his father, you ain't shit, I'm marrying Susanna, there's nothing you can do about it.
My God, we love a defiant son. Tell your daddy what's up. Tell him what he needs to hear, honey. And how did that go?
Yeah, well, he's
Tell
like,
me how it went.
William Good doesn't own diddly shit, my boy.
Period.
He has
He's
two chickens
poor.
and a cow. You're not marrying a peasant.
That makes me sad for the good.
Edward runs off, so upset. Benjamin is like, he's not marrying Susanna Good ever.
Benjamin's like, joke's on you. If you want daddy's money, you're going to the tea emporium, bitch.
Susanna and her mom are peeling potatoes back at home for dinner.
As Puritan women did.
And Susanna's really upset. She is stabbing these potatoes. Her mom is like, sweetie, you need to go get some air.
I don't want air.
As they're getting into this little argument, here comes Benjamin Fear walking through their front door.
Oh no.
What do you think happens?
I think he's gonna be like, you need to stay away from my son. Your family is poor. I can't be seen associating with you. Actually, I'm burning you all at the stake. Goodbye.
Martha's like, Mr. Fear, my husband isn't here. And he's like, I didn't come to see your husband. He walks into their kitchen, goes to the hearth, pretends to pick something up off the ground, and produces a purple bag. Here's all the proof I need. He opens it. There's a chicken's foot, a bottle with some blood, and some, like, witchy shit. You are practicing witchcraft, Susanna Good.
I knew it. I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Setting
Well,
her up.
He's like, bitch, let's go.
Ew, imagine being so insecure in your identity that you have to frame a young woman being a witch because you're scared that she's in love with your son. Like, imagine being so scared that your son's happy that you're literally going to kill a young woman.
You gotta do what you gotta do when you're a fear. He's like, you two witches are gonna burn before the week is out.
Oh my God.
Well, here are Susanna and Martha. They're taken into custody and they're basically just awaiting trial, and Susanna is sure that Edward is gonna save her.
Girl, haven't we already learned about Edward?
So they're in the hearing, they're asking them all these questions when suddenly a bat flies into the room. Which is not a good omen because they're like, look, they've conjured up this bat. William Good shows up and he's like, let my wife and my daughter go. And they're like, we're not letting these women go. They just conjured up this bat. They are trying to bedevil this courtroom. They will be burned at the stake.
I'm tired.
Literally.
I'm already tired.
They literally are sentenced to death for dabbling in the black arts. They're put in prison. They are awaiting trial, and Edward comes to see Susanna that night. How dare you? You're a witch. I should have known.
What are you talking about, bitch? I literally am not a fucking witch. You betrayed me. You are the one who's going off and getting engaged.
And he's like, I didn't want to get engaged, but now I might as well be because, bitch, you're a fucking witch. You tried to seduce me with your black magic, and I
Oh
will
my
not stand for it.
God.
He accuses her of dancing with the Wicked One, and she's like,
I would never do that. I loved you, and you betrayed me.
he's like, I loved you too, bitch. Do you truly think that my father would burn an innocent girl at the stake? Are you saying my father is not a righteous man? Don't you think that he would not want to hurt me? Why would he hurt me like this? Why would he burn the love of my life at the stake if you weren't a witch? He obviously has proof.
I hate men.
Literally.
I hate men.
Susanna is like devastated. Her and her mother
She should be.
are sitting in the prison awaiting to be burned at the stake. So William Good is trying to figure out how to save his wife and his daughter. Their son George was shipped off to the neighbor because like he needs to be nursed and there's no one to nurse him except for the neighbor.
It's like a baby.
Yeah, he's a baby. Matthew Fear shows up at William's door. I can save your wife and your daughter.
What? Not a conspiring family.
Yeah, he's like, I just need you to pay me 100 pounds and then I can convince my brother not to burn them.
Oh, that is so much money in the 1600s.
Oh, yeah.
From this poor family.
He says, I only have 80 pounds. It's my life savings. He says, okay, well, I'll take that warming pan in exchange for the other 20. Give me the 80, and I'll see what I can do.
Something is sus. Something is sus. What incentive does this man have to help this poor family other than literally taking their money and then leaving the women to die? Like, unless there's something else at bay.
William sees the medallion around Matthew's neck. The medallion is like a claw, and it's holding on to this silver disc that it's like has all these jewels on it, and on the back there is an inscription: Dominatio per malum. I don't speak Latin. Okay.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. So on the back of it, that's what it says, and he's like, what is that? What is that necklace? Like, what does that mean? And he's like, oh, it's just a necklace my grandmother gave me. I wear it because it reminds me of her and the hardships that we went through. He's like, I've heard of that claw referred to as the demon's claw. Matthew's like, I don't know anything about a demon or their claws. And
that's on period
Yeah,
love.
he takes his money and he goes. So the next day, William is running to the courthouse, gonna get my daughter and my wife back, and he sees Susanna and Martha Good. They are tied up, being led to these stacks of hay, where there are stakes that they are to be burned at.
My God, this is all happening so quickly.
And he's like, whoa, 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 hold on. I was told the Fears were going to let my wife and my daughter go. William Good spots Benjamin Fear across the field. He runs over to him. He turns him around. It's not Benjamin, it's Giles Roberts. William is like, why are they being burned? I was told by Matthew that they would be safe. And he's like, oh, didn't you hear? The Fears robbed us all last night and they fled town. They went and took everyone's money and then left.
Dang, I knew that he was getting played for a fool.
Well, he's like, okay, but my daughter and my wife, their sentence was supposed to be reversed. And he goes, well, they didn't reverse anything, and they're to be burned. There's nothing we can do.
I'm sorry. I understand it's like a desperate situation, but to me, he's just looking like a clown.
Yeah.
He looks like a clown out here.
Literally. Well, he's like calling to them, and they're like,
Oh my god, help us, help us.
and they're being tied up to the stake, and
God.
Susanna's trying to get away. She's trying to get herself off of the stake, and she realizes like there's no point. They bring the torches over. She's like,
Mother, will it hurt?
Yes,
and then
bitch.
they are set on fire.
Imagine watching your wife and your daughter get burned alive.
Which is sad because this like really happened. So it's just,
Yeah.
it's devastating.
And they were framed, bitch.
Yeah, that's the saddest part.
That's so, tragic. But that's the Puritan witch times for you.
William Good runs home, and Mary Halsey comes by with his baby.
Mary
And
Halsey.
He's like, I don't have time for that shit. Take the baby, take care of it. I don't have time.
Keep the baby.
It's not the right time. My wife and my daughter are dead.
Poor William.
He goes into his secret room in their house.
They're poor, but he has a secret room.
A secret room where he has black candles and a red cape. And a bunch of witchy shit, like an altar, and, you know, just a spell book that he uses to cast magical spells. And he sits on the floor, he puts on this evil red cape that just gives him all these powers, and he starts chanting all these chants and carving all these symbols into the dirt, and this is what he says. Innocents died today, but my hatred will live on for generations. The Fears shall not escape me. Wherever they flee, I will be there. The fire that burned today will not be quenched until revenge is mine, and the Fears burn forever in the fire that is my curse.
Damn, I did not see this
Literally
coming.
popped off. He's
oh
a
my
fucking
god.
witch.
Like, I still need to know where the secret room is. I'm so confused about that. But, like,
So his wife
curse
and
them
daughter,
forever, sister.
They weren't witches, but he was.
But,
He
like,
escaped.
it doesn't even matter because they didn't, like, they literally just got framed. Like, they didn't even know that it was him.
Yeah,
but, like,
they have
ultimately,
they have no clue.
it sounds like he's getting one on them.
Mm-hmm.
And they took everyone's money. So, like, get your coin somewhere else, sis.
Let me know.
Wow, that was good.
Susanna and Martha are dead. They're a pile of ash. And William Good is a witch.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna curse the Fears, which they deserve.
No, 100%.
His
Damn,
baby
I'm
George.
shook.
His baby George is still with Mary Halsey. Just, you know, she's gonna take care of him for a bit. Now we're gonna go back to Nora Good in 1900, the village of Shadyside.
Okay, we're gonna
She
see the
is-
effects.
Yeah, she's pulled from the fire. Remember, she was looking into the Fear Mansion. The glass exploded. She got a little singed.
As you do when you're literally looking in the window of a house that's on fire.
Nora Good got pulled from the fire, and now she's somewhere else. And she's just like, how the hell did I get here? What happened? She knows that she has limited time and she has to tell. Here's the thing. I don't know what the hell's going on with Nora, because Nora's story will be more told so in the second book, I believe. She's just kind of there. We just know that she's telling the story. So she's like, I have to get the story out. I have to let everyone know about the fears and the goods and the battle and everything that's been going on. Sits down. She pulls out a little notebook, some paper, and a little quill, and she's writing down the story of the fears and the goods. 18 years after Susanna and her mother, Martha, were burned at the stake. God, here we go.
I want to know what happened to William.
It's been 18 years. The Fears are once again successful farmers. They live in the village of Shadyside.
Different village than the first one.
Wickham is where
Wickham.
where they were from.
Okay.
Matthew's wife gave him a daughter, Mary. Mary Fear. Edward didn't marry Anne. He actually married Rebecca. She's a girl from another village over, and they have a son named Ezra.
Ezra.
So Benjamin thinks the family is cursed. Through the years, things have happened, here and there, that he believes the family is cursed. Yeah. Matthew is like, why do you think our family is cursed? Like, we've prospered. Our farm has grown. And Benjamin's like, well, you've grown too. Calling him fat.
Damn.
Yeah. He's a little greedy.
The shade.
The money that he's been stealing, he's using it to buy, puff pastries and...
Twinkies, apparently.
Yeah. So Mary is just like her mother. They look the same. They are white. They have a creamy complexion, blue eyes, copper hair. So Rebecca is trying to get her son, Ezra, he's 6 years old. She's trying to get him to eat. And he's like, I don't want to eat anything. And Benjamin's like, oh, he's so defiant. He's such a fear. And Ezra is like, I'm not a fear. I'm just Ezra.
He knows. He knows his family's a piece of shit.
He doesn't want anything to do with these men.
I wouldn't.
Who would? All the Fears are laughing at Ezra, and their laughs can be heard from outside of the house. There's an old man standing outside.
I know who it is.
Under a tree.
Oh my god.
He's an old man with white hair, and his name is William Good.
I knew.
And he's plotting their death. He plans to make their deaths agonizing and slow. Even the boy. He's gonna kill Ezra too.
Okay, I don't know about that,
He's a fear.
but yeah, I guess.
He's gotta go.
But he's trying to disclaim the fears. He said, fuck the fears,
The
bitch.
Fears will suffer immediately. So later on, Edward has to go check on the roof of the house because there was a storm. The shingles are fucked up. I don't know anything about carpentry, but that's what's going on. Mary is holding the ladder, and Edward is like, you know what, Mary? I'm good. I don't need you holding the ladder. Just go ahead and go on inside. I'm good. You should be in the kitchen where a woman should be. And as he's saying this, he literally falls off of the house, breaks his arm.
I know that's right.
Well, Mary screamed so loud that the family ran outside. Constance is covered in blood because when she heard the scream, she got startled. She stabbed herself.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Bitch, get it together. So later on, Edward gets inside and he's like, you know what? Maybe we are cursed.
Yeah.
Bitch, you think?
Maybe so.
Later, Mary is gathering eggs when a hot blonde boy about her age shows up asking for a job. William refuses to give him a job, and Edward is like, well, I just broke my arm, and you're gonna need some help around here, so why don't you hire him? And the boy is like, yeah, please hire me. My father, he's really ill. He needs help.
Is this a good warming his way into the Fear family?
His name is Jeremy Thorne. William is like, no sob stories. Fine, I'll pay you 10 shillings a week. 10 shillings, bitch.
A week? How about a day?
How about an hour?
Unless William's gonna be doing all this himself.
Well, Mary immediately starts thinking dirty thoughts about Jeremy Thorne.
Oh my god.
She's excited about him.
Mary.
She knows that her father would never let her marry this common person.
She's a bad girl.
But she still watches him through the windows as he's working.
Oh god, Mary.
He pulls his shirt off.
She is horny.
Watching. So she runs down and brings him some well water, and he's chugging it in front of her. And
I hate this.
He pours the rest over his head, lets it trickle down his chiseled body.
Oh no.
She's just looking at him.
I've never thought about sexy Puritan goings on, but I don't hate it.
I wouldn't mind a hot Puritan man.
You know.
Actually, no. Just imagine the stench.
Yeah, I was about to say. And the greasy hair. But, Mary, good for you, girl.
Well, anyway, Mary's like, you're a very hard worker.
Very hard worker.
And he's like, I think you're a hard worker, too.
Ah!
Well, working on a farm is hard work.
This has gotta stop.
He's like, I like your hair. It's really pretty. And
I like your hair. It's really greasy.
He goes in to kiss her, and here comes Rebecca running outside. Benjamin's dead.
Thank
Well,
God.
they get to him and he's not dead. He's just on the ground.
We love an Arlstein fake out, but he's dying.
He can't feel his left leg. He's like, my leg, it's not in pain. It's not numb. I just can't feel it. It's like it was taken away from me.
Oh my God.
So Mary keeps watching Jeremy do, the yard work. He's shirtless the entire time for a couple days. He's hauling away dead brush from the field.
Many sights to see.
And she just falls in love with him while she's watching him work in the heat. As
I mean,
you do.
it's not like she had a lot of options.
She literally doesn't.
Like, I honestly respect it.
So later, Mary is walking through the woods with Edward, and they're just talking about the misfortunes of their family, and Edward and her see a burning ball in the woods, and she's like, oh my God, the woods are on fire. Well, it's not the woods, honey, it's Susanna Good. The ghost of Susanna is in the woods burning, and Edward starts freaking out. It's been 18 years. He sees Susanna once again burning. He starts screaming her name. And Mary is like, who is Susanna?
Period. I don't feel bad for
What?
him. He left her to die. Literally left her to die.
Yeah, well, he's a hot mess. Not as hot as Susanna.
I was about to
though,
say.
so. Mary starts connecting the dots. She's worried. She's like, Edward's freaking out. Rebecca is graying. She looks like she's aged years in the past couple days.
Oh my God.
Matthew, he's lost himself in his thoughts. He is not himself. And Benjamin is now basically limbless. He can't feel his limbs at all.
I love all of this.
And she's freaking out. She's like, what is coming to me? Like, what's going to happen to me? Everything is happening to everyone else, but what is going to happen to me?
Sister, your time is coming.
She takes Jeremy some sweet rolls. The conversation doesn't last long because they start making out, right? He's like, have you told your father about me? And she's like, I haven't told anyone about you. Have you told anyone about me? And he's like, well, no. And she's like, well, I would like to go see your father.
Tell him right now.
I want to go see where you live. I'd like to go meet your family. I don't think that's a good idea. My father's very sick. He can't have company.
Is he a ghost? Oh my God, he's a ghost. He doesn't have a family.
Well, she's like, well, I guess we're doomed to meet secretly in the woods for the rest of our lives.
You are, yeah.
Mary takes her little sweet rolls to the Fear Mansion. She's gonna feed her family. When she gets inside, she sees Rebecca hanging from a rope from the ceiling. She's dead. Rebecca done kicked the bucket,
Oh.
quite literally.
Suicide or murder?
Which do you prefer?
I mean, murder.
Mary is having a trip. She starts vomiting.
Yeah.
She's vomiting and vomiting. She can't stop.
I would too. Holy shit.
Mary is freaking out. She runs to find the rest of her family, but it's raining outside. Of course, we've got to have a good thunderstorm.
Gotta.
Right. She sees a man out in the field. Goes out to see who it is. It's a scarecrow.
It's a scarecrow who's gonna murder her.
It's Benjamin. He is propped up on sticks like a fucking scarecrow.
Oh.
He's dead.
Oh. That's really creepy.
Someone done turned him into a scarecrow. Okay.
Oh my God.
She-
That's horrifying.
She bends over to vomit. There's nothing left for her to throw up. She's been throwing up this whole time.
This poor bitch.
Literally.
This is like honestly her punishment, really, like just having to witness everyone around her like murdered / maybe suicide / viciously attacked. I love it.
Okay, so 2 days later, it's the funeral. Constance is trying to explain to Ezra that his mother is now in heaven. And he's like, can I go to heaven too? It's bold to assume that he's going to heaven.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck
It's
they're
bold to
thinking.
assume that she went to heaven.
Yeah, well.
She did it.
During the ceremony, Mary notices that Matthew's very nervous. He's not mourning the way that she thinks he should. She feels like he seems more fearful.
It's because he only cares about himself.
Oh, yeah.
So he's scared that, something's going to happen to him.
Well, after the ceremony, William is clutching the medallion in his hands, and he's chanting the Latin words on the back, and Mary doesn't know what he's saying. She's like, huh? So she leaves the house, and she spots Jeremy. She goes in to kiss Jeremy, and he pulls away. I know who killed your family.
The drama.
Who did it? He's like, it's my father. My father is a very evil man. His name is William Good.
I knew it.
She
I
said,
knew it.
Good, your last name's Thorne. He's like, I lied to you. It's the only lie I've told. If I said that my name was Good, your family would have never hired me.
Oh.
But we've got to stop my father. He ran my brother George out of town.
What?
With his obsession of the fears. So he remarried and had another son, Jeremy.
So Jeremy is not a ghost.
George was like, Dad, you're nuts. Stop talking about the fears. I'm sick of it. Left town.
He's smart.
He's like, please believe me. This is the only lie that I've told you. My father came from Wickham Village. And she's like, that's where my family's from. He's like, I know. Your family murdered my father's wife and his daughter, Martha and Susanna. And she's like, they would never do that. They would never burn innocent women at the stake. Well, they did.
Plenty, sis. Plenty
They
of
burned all
women.
these witches, and they also robbed the town, and then they ran away. And
She has no idea who her family is.
My father wants revenge on your family.
Period. And he
Yeah.
should. He should.
She's like, I've got to go talk to someone about this. Well, Edward had been eavesdropping. He
And
was
you
like,
know what? He
"Oh,
deserves
shit."
it too. He deserves exactly
So
what's coming to him as
he
well.
runs to Matthew, and he's like, did you rob the town and burn an innocent girl at the stake? And he's like, no, those are lies. I never did that. Mary runs in, and she's like, I have something to ask you. Oh no, my dear Mary.
Oh my god.
I can't lie to you.
What?
He feels too guilty. He doesn't want to lie to Mary. He sees her and how innocent she is, and he wants the curse to stop. So he decides to tell the truth for once.
Make it make sense. If he knows that Mary already knows, why would he even lie to Edward when he's literally just gonna come out and tell Mary the truth in 2 minutes?
Because he's a piece of shit.
Like, your brain is broke.
This is messy. You are messy. Your brain is broke.
It doesn't make sense.
So here's the thing. Edward is like, you murdered an innocent girl. Yeah. And I have paid for it. My father is dead, and so is my wife. And it needs to end now. And Mary says, well, I'm in love with Jeremy Good, and we plan to wed. Matthew says, excuse me, you will not. You will not marry a Good.
Oh my god.
Edward says, yes, she will. She will marry a Good, because if she marries him, we can call it even. The families can merge and come together and mend. We can all heal. We can all escape this with our lives. We can
Yes.
live happily ever after.
I still hate Edward. I still think he sucks, but at least he has like some type of brain up here. Not that I think that that's gonna like stop William from cursing anyone.
The Fears decide they are going to mourn for a week. Mourn the death of Rebecca, mourn the death of Benjamin. And then they are going to meet with the Goods. They're going to apologize, allow Mary and Jeremy to wed, and everything will be a-okay. The time has come, and it's meeting time. Jeremy is coming over. Mary is so excited that he's going to be able to come inside, not just work on the outside of the house like in the field. He gets to come inside and eat dinner with them and have a grand old feast.
How romantic.
Jeremy knocks on the door. Mary opens it. He comes inside. There's a popping sound as his head explodes.
Wait, Jeremy's head explodes?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Matthew had taken his amulet and pointed it at Jeremy, said the incantation,
Oh my god.
Dominatio per malum, which means power through evil. Jeremy's skull cracks open, his brains spew out, his blood is gushing from his neck. As a new
God.
head appears on his shoulders. Jeremy is William. He had enchanted himself to look younger, and he has been fooling Mary this entire time.
Ew.
So yeah, basically an old man has been making out with the 17-year-old girl.
That is like honestly the most disturbing part of this entire story to
R.L.
me.
Stein really tried it.
R.L. Stein is literally demented, but like also kind of iconic, I can't lie.
Here's the thing. Instantly, though, Matthew takes the amulet again, and Mr. William Good crumbles to dust.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But I stand him. I stand William.
Here's the thing. Matthew is laughing maniacally. He is so pleased with himself for killing off William. And Mary is like, where did Jeremy go? What happened? It happened so fast. So Matthew is laughing maniacally and he won't stop. And Constance is like, please stop laughing. What are you doing? She's like banging on his chest. She's like, please stop laughing. And he can't. He laughs and he can't stop laughing. And he will laugh continuously until the day he dies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he can't stop.
He's dumb. Like, I'm just like, if you, like, think about it, like, your family is cursed. Your one chance to, like, make it better, and you just, like, thought you could get one over on them when you clearly can't.
And he thought it was funny. Part 3. We are in the western Pennsylvania wilderness. It is 1725.
Period.
15 years later. 15 years later, Ezra is riding along on this horse. He is trudging his way back to the Fear Mansion. That night, Edward took Ezra and Mary, and they ran off into the wilderness to escape. Edward worked so hard to, like, make a life for them out in the wilderness, he died of exhaustion. Mary
Jesus.
had just gone completely insane. Poor girl thought she would exclaim, I'm a witch, I'm a witch.
She's had the hardest of it all, I
And,
think.
Yeah, and she's like, "Where's Jeremy? Is Jeremy coming?" And
my
Ezra's like,
God.
"Sweetie, Jeremy's not coming.
You saw his head explode.
Jeremy wasn't real." She can't fathom.
She's delusional.
That Jeremy was actually an old man in young boy skin. Ew. Basically, Mary goes insane and she drowns herself. Ezra finds her face down in the pond, and all of the fears are dead except for Ezra. That he knows of. So he goes
His time's
back to
coming.
Fear Mansion. Well, he finally gets to Fear Mansion. He goes to Matthew's study, and when he opens the door had been walled in. There's like a wall.
Oh,
What the hell is this? Someone stoned the wall closed from inside.
dang, locked him in.
So he starts pulling all of the stones out, and then a skeleton reaches through and starts choking him.
Not
and
a
he's
skeleton.
like, "Bitch, hold on, honey. I'm not dying today." He keeps removing all the stones to get into the room, and Matthew and Constance are both skeletons, and he can't tell which is which.
Oh my god, ew. That's creepy.
And he's like, there's got to be some information what happened. He finds Matthew's journal, and in the journal it basically says, "I haven't stopped laughing since I killed William Good. The Goods are going to come and find me, so I have walled Constance and I into this room to protect us from the evil that lurks outside. Constance disagreed, so I had to hit her over the head with a rock to get her to obey.
God.
They just died in his office."
Well, yeah, where's the food? Like,
Yeah. So this is the last straw for Ezra. He's like, the Goods destroyed my family.
don't put it on them.
Have to get revenge.
Oh my god.
And I will stop at nothing until I find them and kill every single last one of them.
God.
So he takes the amulet off of Matthew, puts it on his neck. He looks at the amulet. He sees there's an inscription on the back. He can't read it. It's too dark. He leaves with the amulet, and he's on his way to find the Goods. Which I'm like, who is left?
Literally. But also, it's like, I get it, but like, your family is the reason that all of this happened. They literally murdered 2 innocent people.
Well, he's off to find George. He is the last fear, and George is the last good. There's
Oh my
gonna be
god.
a showdown between them. The babies
I'm ready.
comes down to the babies because their whole families have died. And we flip back to the village of Shadyside, 1900. Nora is writing the story down. So everything that I've just told you is Nora's story, that she knows of the fears, the trials and tribulations of the fears and the goods, and the decades of blood that has been spilled. She's like, this is only the beginning. The fears will continue to pay dearly for their betrayal of the goods. The betrayal. How dare they? I have got to finish the story. So she dips her quill into the ink and she keeps writing. To be continued.
Period.
So Nora really just bookends this. She, obviously we don't know what the hell is going on with her. That's why we're going to find out what's going on with her in The Secret. So now we just really know the beginning of the Fear family line. Oh,
That was a lot.
it was a lot.
Really?
And I wanted this to be like comical and funny, but it really just felt deep, dark, and depressing because like this is real stuff that happened to people. Not like, you know, the head exploding and stuff, but like people being burned at the stake. That's reality. So
Also, I feel like this is just so much exposition.
Oh yeah.
And then, like, maybe, like, the next 2, since they've already set everything up, like, I think that it'll be, like, kind of more interesting
this
to
was
find
all
out where it
really,
goes.
This was really all just set up for what's gonna happen in The Secret and The Burning, which are the last 2 books in the saga.
I still thought it was interesting. though.
Ezra's in the wrong,
No, 100%.
and he's very entitled, and I hope that he gets what's coming to him because he is a fear.
Yeah, I hate the fears.
The fears suck.
Oh my God.
They're iconic, but they suck.
And, like, the crazy thing is, like, we know that Sarah Fear is, like, an icon. And
Sarah
she
Fear-
hasn't even been...
She hasn't even popped up.
She hasn't popped up. But isn't she a witch?
She's a witch. There's
shook.
a lot that we are going to be learning in the next 2 Fear Street books.
Oh my God,
to
bring 'em
come.
on.
If you want to know what we thought about the Fear Street movies, I'll link that above and below for you if you want to check that out. But yeah, that was The Betrayal.
I do feel betrayed.
Me too. This was also deep, dark, and depressing. I'm so sad for them. Poor Susanna, that
Yeah.
bitch icon.
I really sincerely hope that the fears get what's coming to them.
Yeah, they deserve it. Personally, I still would give the story 5 amulets.
Period.
But it was a lot. It was a lot to take in. A lot of family lineage that we have never really gotten in a Fear Street book. I do feel that Constance was a little underdeveloped, and some of the women really needed more development.
Yeah.
But hopefully we get more action in the next book. Not so much setup. I enjoyed the setup, but I want the payoff.
Yeah, I think that the second and third one are going to be better.
Yeah, I think they're gonna pop
opinion.
off like Jeremy's head.
Literally.
Down in the comments, let's talk about the fears. What did you think of the betrayal?
Whose side are you on?
I personally am on the good side,
It's like, how can you not be on the good side?
but the fears slay, and I feel like they're gonna win.
Yeah. Clearly, Sarah Fear has, if you've seen the movie, at least, of 1994, then she has her grip on the entire town. Obviously, we don't know if that's going to tie into this or if that's just like its own separate thing. We'll have to see.
I'm so excited to see how this saga compares to the movie saga, the trilogy
Yes.
that's going on. That's going to be really fun. But yeah, let's talk about it. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it. We love y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Hell's under new management now.
I like my pumpkin spice lattes extra hot.
I am going to eat your soul.
Sorry, I'm not into short guys.